Oh man, it just it's I don't know. I like 46-second trailers. I like teaser trailers.
Right.
I think that we should do more of those. Like in Hollywood, they should do more of those because I feel like nowadays so much is given away in the trailer. Like we were talking about last week,
Right.
and with the Ender's Game,
Right.
like they gave away a key plot point
Right.
to the entire movie in the trailer, and I feel
Which
like
they've
that happens
since
all the time.
fixed supposedly.
Right,
Well,
right. Yeah,
even
you
that one
can't.
that I showed you. Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
looked
you
like
can't
that.
see it that they don't show that one part. But that's the thing, right? Like that's why. First off, I like James Franco. That's first off. I like him. I think he's a good actor. I think he's smart, so he could be a good director. And two, I just like that they gave me very little to go on this film. So it's almost like being a purist of sorts. Like you just like a purist in the sense where you just go to the movie theater and you don't know what you're gonna watch, whatever. You don't know what times. You know what I mean? And it's like
Right.
you don't watch any trailers and you just go and you like say like, oh, that looks good. I'm gonna try that one out. Like this 46-second trailer allows room for that kind
Right.
of thing.
I like doing my research on movies. Rarely do I go to the movie theater and then just misfire and just like go in blind.
Right, right. What
You
is it?
know.
A blind date? No, we used to have a saying for this when we would buy video games back in the day that you told me. I forgot what it was. But I remember like it's like, oh man, never go to the video game store without doing your homework. Like you can't.
Yeah. You
Forgot
can't
what it-
just drop $60 and just be like, yeah, I'll just get this one.
Right, this one looks good.
Yeah,
Just like
the
read
cover,
the back.
the cover
See
looks
the
good.
picture. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like with the old school Nintendo games, and the cover would look like mad good compared to
Right.
like the 8-bit or the 16-bit game that was inside.
Oh man. Like these movies now, that's the thing, man. It's like these trailers are so long and then you end up seeing like everything is like in there.
Right.
So it's like you need a really good movie to keep the audience captivated in wanting to go. I feel like that's I don't know. I mean, I still go even sometimes. To be quite honest, when I see the movie, if I see a trailer and I really want to watch a movie, and it's like they gave everything away in the trailer, I'll still go because I want to see the movie. It doesn't
Right.
like ruin it too much for me, but I feel like there is that niche market of people who are like, oh man, they just gave me everything in the trailer. I'm not going now. I'll just wait until it's
Right.
on.
The new Spawn movie. Now you remember the old Spawn movie, like with the John Leguizamo Spawn.
Yes.
Okay. What did you think about that movie when it first came out? Now, when it first came out, it was Michael J. White,
Yes.
Spawn, which I thought he looked the part.
I
at
think
least,
so too. Yeah.
At least before he turns into Spawn. Once he turned into Spawn, it looked cool, but you can tell the special effects wasn't there. I mean, they were there, but for the time, compared to now, I think they can do a much better job. And I
Right.
think, I'm not upset about them doing a remake of this film here, because the first one, honestly, it wasn't that great. Sort of dark, a little bit of the jokes here and there with the John Leguizamo character was kind of, subpar, I would say. When they're in hell with I think Malbolgia is the villain,
Right.
and then just the special effects, and you see this big head moving around with horns and fire. I don't know. I think they can do a much better job now. And so, according to this article right here on Screen Rant, they're saying that it's going to be more of a horror thriller instead of a an all-out comic book movie.
Right.
Which I think is accurate. Spawn is a deep character when you really think about it.
Huh. Yikes.
Yeah,
That's way back in the
97.
day.
So that was like maybe
Way back.
14.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But it still wasn't. It was alright. It was alright. It was
Well, I think for 1997 they did an amazing job.
Right.
Although I haven't seen that movie in a very long time, and I should probably refresh my memory,
Right.
and I'll probably watch it after we're done here. Um, I remember that movie being. I mean, I liked it. You know, I still like it. What they did before was that instead of him, I don't think that they did too many special effects on him, except for like when like there would be like green stuff coming out of his eyes like that. You know how like sometimes like they
Yeah,
would do
like a
like
little
close ups,
smoke.
like
Yeah.
like a green mist.
Right.
You know. But I think what they did with him was like they gave him some sort of mask, and I like that. Back in the day,
The mask look see because Michael J. White had like a big, the guy's a big black guy,
yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
you can tell like the head when you watch the movie again, like it was way like it was on
It was
there,
too big. Yeah,
too
yeah,
big.
yeah.
Yeah. The makeup
And,
job, I think they'll be able to do a better job now.
oh
Hands down.
yeah, I mean yeah, they're definitely gonna be able to do better now. But I like how they did it then as well. I thought
Right.
that the movie was
It
dark.
looked cool. It looked
You
cool.
know, yeah, I think the darkness in the movie was good. I like what they did with his suit, with which like his suit was really part of him. It was like wet, kind of.
Right.
It's like they did. I feel like they had good costumes.
Right.
It's much like that movie, The Guyver,
Yeah.
where they did a really great
Right.
job with the Guyver
Right.
suit. You know, the suit on the Guyver was really, really good. It was like those other monsters in the movie that were just terrible. That it was just like horrible. You know.
Yeah,
But
as soon as John Leguizamo's character, because he played, I forget
the name of that guy, yeah, his name is
The
it's just
Violator.
a clown, the Violator,
The
right,
Violator.
right, Violator, yeah.
when he was just a clown, it was cool because it was you can tell he was wearing a bodysuit, but then he turns into this like monster thing, and then compare, and I think I'm just comparing it more to now, the special effects now,
Right,
But
right.
I think this is a good move for them. Now, who do you cast in a role like this? Has to be a black guy, can't be a white guy.
I'm happy about that because I mean we don't have as many men of color in the
Yeah.
superhero genre. It's
Yeah.
sad that this guy has to go to hell in order to get his powers, but
Right.
but whatever, Right. I mean we'll take it where we can get him.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's not, it's I think that character, especially Spawn now, with the whole going to hell thing, people have already been exposed to the Ghost Rider,
Right,
and,
right.
and stuff like that. I don't think
Which is a
that'll
movie that needs to be redone as well. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
We need to take Nicolas Cage, put him to the side, right? And then we need to just completely revamp that movie because Ghost Rider is badass and he deserves better than what we have given him.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to Michael J. White here. Who would I cast?
They're saying they're
for
going to
that?
begin filming in 2014.
Wow. That's soon, man. I mean,
Yeah,
we're in
no-
September.
Nobody's been announced yet as far as who's going to be playing him.
Right. I mean, I want someone gritty,
Right.
I want
What black
gritty.
actors do we got? I would have to say Idris Elba, man. I think that guy would play.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Is that how you say Idris?
That's how you say it. Yeah,
Idris
yeah.
Elba?
Yeah. I say like Idris Alba. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I Americanize it way too much. I know he's like British or something like that, but
I think that
I mean,
guy's.
yeah, dude.
It would be pretty serious. Because Spawn, if you remember in the first movie, his wife and kids are killed or framed or something. No, he's framed, and I think his wife and children are killed. No. Maybe they were just threatened some type.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. They don't die in this one. They have like he goes there and saves
That's
them, and
right,
then she
that's right,
sees
that's right.
that he's like
All messed up and everything.
all messed up and everything, and she's like, "You're alive! I can't believe it!" But you know what it is? She remarries with some other
With his boy.
with his partner.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right. All right. Well, yeah. See, like stuff like that, they need to. If they can write something solid, man. I think this second time around, especially now with the special effects, one of the things I've always loved about Spawn was the cape. That cape, it's like alive and it's moving around. And
Right.
I remember in the movie, he's at the top of a building standing on a gargoyle or something like that.
Yeah.
And with the cape moving in the wind. Yet the concept was cool, but you can tell that just the special effects right there weren't, I mean, maybe for
Right.
the time it was all right, but
Right.
I would say Idris Elba. I guess there's been talks. Did they mention it here? I think Jamie Foxx.
Ah,
I say no.
don't do that. Oh man, and you know what? I'd be so angry. I'm already angry, kind of, that he's Electro. To be quite honest, I just can't take him serious. I mean, I just can't, I can't do it.
Right.
I can't take him serious, and I'd much rather not have him. I'm not gonna say that he would ruin this character, but like I'd much rather not have him be this character. We need Idris Elba's a much larger man. Oh, it's Idris, whatever.
Right.
I'm not sure how to say his name. I think he would do. I think he would do great. In that in that role. So I definitely agree with you on that one.
And here it says McFarlane said that his current goal is to deliver a finished script to the producers by the end of the year and to begin filming in 2014. He's also managed to talk up the interest from Fox as much as possible without actually naming the actor.
There is this one actor, and he's a black guy. He hasn't been in too many things, but he's been in The Wire.
Okay.
Which is it was everybody was on that, right? Everybody thought that they were ghetto, and everybody found out things about the ghetto they never knew, so they would like talk about it. But that movie, in that show, this guy,
The Wire
I'm not even sure how to really say his name, but his name is, I guess, Jenda Akiabe. But that guy, if you look him up in IMDb, you'll see. I actually like him. He's a very serious actor. I don't think he's a bad actor. I've seen him in a few different things. He's been serious. I think he does a good job. I think he deserves a chance like this if this is going to be a blockbuster.
He was in The Taking of Pelham 123.
Yeah. And he's yeah. So, I like him for it. I wish I knew how to say his name.
Someone who's in shape and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Jamie Foxx doesn't do it for me.
No. Definitely not.
And that would be my big no if they were to cast Jamie Foxx in that role. But we'll keep an eye on it. And then if anything else arises, I'm sure they're going to announce it soon. If he's trying to film in 2014, then it's coming down the pipes.
Oh, and you know who else is good? Who else could be good for that? This is another Wire guy. I just kind of went to The Wire because I was looking for Idris Elba, and then I saw a whole bunch of other black actors that were really good. Because it just so happens that there were a lot of really good black actors in The Wire, which made it so great. Right. But this guy right here, Chad L. Coleman, and he's in The Walking Dead. That very diesel black dude in The Walking Dead that he won't like do inhumane things.
Oh yes, Tyrese.
Yeah. Is that his name? Yes, right. Exactly. That's his name in the show.
Yeah.
Check him out. He would be good too.
Pretty good too.
And he's got some more credibility than the other guy.
Yep.
Yet I like all three of those dudes. I think all three of those dudes are candidates. But I think I might like this guy the most because he's very gritty.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Very gritty.
He has a big fan base, especially when he was announced to be playing the role of Tyrese in The Walking Dead. There was rejoice.
Yes.
It wasn't like the Ben Affleck casting, which the internet almost blew up after that.
Yes. But I feel like the same thing that happened with Ben Affleck happened with Jamie Foxx and Electro, though. I don't think a lot of people were too happy about it.
I'm not too happy. You know what? Is that I wasn't too happy with that. But then again, I'm not too happy with this whole reboot of the Amazing Spider-Man.
Right. I think we're like all Spider-Man'd out already,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
It's
You
way too
got the
much.
fatigue, this version of Peter Parker that they're showing, I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
Right. Right. The only thing that I like about this one better is that instead of the webbing coming out of his actual wrist,
Using the cartridges.
he makes the
Yep,
webbing, and
that's legit.
that
That's
holds
legit.
true to the comic exactly.
Right,
That's the only thing that I liked better, and it was like a little bit darker,
right.
a little like a little bit darker. That was
I
it. But
mean, it is cool seeing, in the Sam Raimi uh, first three Spider-Man films.
right,
They always hinted at the lizard, with the professor,
right,
and then you never saw that. Okay, so we got that in the Amazing Spider-Man, which is okay. It's okay. It's cool to see the lizard. Now, with Electro, I'm not that excited for it, but I'm excited. Some part of you still gets excited because it's a new villain
right, right,
that's
right.
been brought to the screen. And,
This is
you know what I'm saying? So and will I go see it? Of course. Yes,
of
I'll go
course,
see
of
it.
course, right. I
And then
mean,
in the end, that's what Hollywood. That's what they want. What I'm saying? It's a gamble. Whether I
yeah.
walk away liking it or hating it, they got my $11.
Yes, and they know that. Yeah, they know that you're gonna go see it.
Spider-Man's household name, man.
Right.
Spider-Man's household name. So is Batman. So is Superman. You make a movie like that, whether people like it or they don't. It
Yeah,
makes
you're
money.
gonna get bodies in the chairs regardless. Yeah.
And not so much like with the Green Lantern character, because that movie was. Oof.
That movie was so terrible. It's so wrong what they did to. It's just so wrong what they've been doing. And they can do the Black Green Lantern with one of these guys that we were just talking about too.
That's possible.
I feel like actually Idris Alba would be better for the Black Green Lantern,
Right.
and then a guy like that Coleman dude would be good for Spawn.
For Spawn.
In fact, I need to hit somebody up in Hollywood and just like make those suggestions. Like we need to put this on there. Comment, like, subscribe, all of that below on the side, whatever they
Right.
say.
Right.
Make that happen, people.
Yeah.
We need this.
Well, yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see. So moving on in the casting news, we got James Spader got announced this week as playing Ultron in the upcoming Avengers sequel, The Age of Ultron. James Spader, I think the guy's cool. Maybe on the little older side of the spectrum for me. But then again, if he's just gonna be doing the voice of Ultron, and then Ultron's gonna be all CG, then that's cool. James Spader has like that deep.
He does have a good voice.
Yeah, he has a good voice.
Do we know anything about Ant-Man right now?
They showed some clips at Comic-Con, as far as what he was gonna look like, because the whole issue with that was why wasn't Ant-Man in the Avengers, and I guess I had read that there was like a budgeting issue as far as how because Ant-Man he can get huge or he can turn small and stuff like that. So
Right.
Think they
So the
just
guy
decided not
that
to include him.
wow. So the director of Ant-Man, Edgar Wright,
Yeah,
is the guy from Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz.
exactly. Yeah, and The World's End, which just came out last weekend.
Right.
Yeah, which kind of leads us into a sideline story. The World's End, it got like a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, for a British comedy, okay,
That's
fine. That's
crazy.
That's pretty
Yeah.
damn good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember a couple of months back, This Is the End with Seth Rogen and what's his name that I forget from Pineapple Express. Both of them. It was actually an all-star cast in that one.
Oh, right. Yeah, they did have
James
a lot
Franco.
of James Franco. Yeah, we were just
so
talking
they
about
are actually re-releasing that. They're like, oh, okay, well, if everyone loved The World's End, the Cornetto trilogy, okay, let's go ahead and re-release This Is the End, because obviously
Right.
it didn't perform like it did, and I'm not going to see it, and I can care less.
Expendables 3. Oh my gosh. What is going on in here? What is this?
I gotta hand it to Mr. Stallone, man.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Stallone.
For a while there, I thought he was done, and he's just found this new strength and
cult classics, because that's what these are. This is like a cult thing. This is not a good movie production thing.
Look, the first one, it had the cheesy one-liners. Okay, the first one, the reason I went was to go see all these action heroes, from the 80s and the 90s, all in one movie.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, then part two, they upped the ante. Okay, then they pretty much added, the Van Damme, who they had, the Dolph Lundgren, or was Dolph Lundgren in from the beginning?
I think Dolph Lundgren was in from the second one, like you said.
Okay, so then you're bringing back the whole Rocky 4, Drago.
Oh no, he was in the Expendables as well.
He was in part one. Okay. Yeah. So
well, there's that.
So basically, this is a very, very simple template to do. Is basically, let's include more actors from the past action movies than we did in the last movie.
All the guys that you miss. Yeah.
So, and then you know what? When I saw the Expendables 2, did you see it?
I did.
The one-liners were so cheesy and over the top. Oh my gosh! I felt embarrassed for those guys.
The puns were out of control. It was bad.
I felt embarrassed. Okay, so now hopefully they learned from this, because that was the word all over the internet. So now, after I saw that movie, I told myself, man, that's it. Who else can they possibly get into these movies? Right. And then look who we got here. We
got something, but this is. I'm gonna let you start, but before you start, this is an outrage, because these guys they got some good movies, man. That it's like, why are you gonna tarnish? But go ahead, just name them off.
We'll start out with if not maybe the biggest guy on here, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is gonna be in the Expendables 3. Now, they could just bring him in for 5 minutes, like they did Bruce Willis in the first one.
Right.
Okay? And then have him say a couple of cheesy lines here and there, and then that's it. Okay. But Harrison Ford, does he need to do a movie like this? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But, hey, it's cool that he's in it. I don't know how they got it. I don't know how they did it, how they convinced them, what they...
this is... I feel like Sylvester Stallone does like a 5-minute phone call with these guys. He's just like, come on, man. You saw the other ones. I know you saw them.
You remember back in the 80s, remember in the club, remember that time I bought you a bottle of wine?
Right.
That,
it's like, you can repay me. Yeah, just give me 5 minutes.
Is what we're asking for.
Exactly. One take. One take is all we need. Oh my God.
Yeah. So oh man. As if that wasn't enough, okay? Then we got Mel Gibson.
Whoa.
Okay, talk about someone who needs it, because Mel Gibson, ever since his whole DUI incident, has just been on the blacklist in Hollywood.
Yeah, this guy, ever since he's been saying a few different things. But this guy's, but Mel Gibson's making a little bit of a comeback.
He's coming back. He's coming back. He's in Machete Kills.
Yeah.
All right.
Mad Max.
He's in the Mad Max.
Fury Road.
He's gonna have the supposedly a cameo role in that, to pay his respects to the character.
That's nuts, dude.
He's had a couple of movies here and there. Like there's a movie that he's in called Kill the Gringo, which is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, Get the Gringo. Yeah.
So we'll see, man. And then also, I had thought that I saw Cuba Gooding Jr. Talk about people in the blacklist. Mel Gibson and Cuba Gooding Jr. have been on the blacklist. We know what Mel Gibson did to piss everyone off. I don't know who Cuba Gooding Jr. pissed off, but that guy's been going straight to crackle.
He's been going straight to crackle for the better part of the last 4 years.
And it's a shame, man. I'm not putting the guy down. It's a shame.
Right,
the guy's a good actor.
Right, he's done some pretty classic films, bro. Like Boys in the Hood, that's an all-star cast right there.
Well, that guy went from Jerry Maguire. That guy was like America's sweetheart.
Right. Yeah, he was on GQ and all that stuff.
Then he went on to the As Good as It Gets. You know what I'm saying? And then he just started showing up on Crackle with a gun in his hand. On every movie, man.
And those covers look good. Those covers look good, man. Yeah. I got faked out I got faked out by one of his Crackle movies, and I was like, how did I miss this? This looks actually pretty good. I started watching the film. 10 minutes into it, I almost lost my lunch. I couldn't finish what I was eating. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm no longer hungry. What? And I turned off the movie. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. This guy, he was like a contract killer.
Yep.
But he just like asked the guy at the table to make a list of people, and then he just started randomly killing these people for the guy. The guy didn't even ask for it. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Now here, let me double check the IMDb here, because I don't think.
Right, he's not. I mean, he's not on this list yet.
You know, it was rumored. This was a couple weeks ago that I was looking at it, and I was like, man, they're bringing in the Mel Gibson and the Cuba Gooding Jr. Actually, you know what? There's
more to that list.
I'm wrong. I was looking at the Machete Kills list.
Okay.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is going to be in Machete Kills.
Right. I mean, which makes
sense, right? Because Cuba Gooding Jr. has never really been known as a big action guy.
Right. He's been more of a drama dude, but there is one more guy that's on that list, and I don't know if you want to do the honors.
Go ahead.
I was actually watching one of his films the other day, Antonio Banderas.
Oh yes.
Yeah, man. I was just watching Desperado the other day, and I was like, damn, this movie's good, bro. I love it still. I don't know, I like one bullet and the guy goes flying. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, bro. Antonio Banderas. You know what? I don't know what he's done recently, but good for him. He got into the Expendables action. I think at this point it takes a little bit of swallowing your pride.
Oh yeah,
to go into these movies,
He's in Machete Kills too.
He's in Machete Kills too. I'm telling you, Robert Rodriguez. If you're Hispanic, there's a good chance you can land a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Right.
That's good, man. He's keeping it. He's the Tyler Perry of the Hispanic community.
Yeah, man.
If you're Hispanic, you can get in.
That is, and I mean, but this guy's he's done some work still, like in 2012, like he's the voice of that little
the animated. Yeah. He's still relevant. He's still
relevant. Yeah. Wow.
And
that's nuts, man. That's all I see from that list.
Need we forget Wesley Snipes?
Oh my goodness! How could we forget that guy?
He was drowning.
Dude, this guy's in debt still, bro. I mean.
When you were over here, if you guys haven't seen the trailer for Wesley Snipes' Gallow Walkers, go ahead and treat yourself to that, and just enjoy it for what it is a Western blade fighting vampires or demons or something like that.
I feel like the guy that directed that just walked into the room and was like, let's just stick with what works. Wesley Snipes and vampires. And him killing those vampires. Let's stick with it.
You don't have to say blade. If you want to swing the knife exactly the same way you did, go ahead. We don't have to say blade.
In the trailer alone, there was like 5 puns. I was like, what is this? This is so
the one-liners in that trailer are just priceless and predictable and just straight out embarrassing.
I feel like they have a team of people that come up with these scenes.
Like, I always joke around. It's like, where do they pull these lines from? Like, did you go out and buy like 101 great convenient lines for for an action movie? It just doesn't make sense.
Oh my gosh, it is so terrible. I agree.
But hey, he's in it. He's in it. Wesley Snipes is playing the surgeon, whatever that means. Everyone has like some weird stereotypical name. Antonio Banderas is playing El Matador. Okay, of course.
Right.
And everyone else has kind of some weird name.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But Jet Li's coming back. Randy Couture's coming back. Schwarzenegger's in there again. Jason Statham, obviously Stallone. No word on Mickey Rourke's character. I don't see Mickey Rourke coming back, though they did. Didn't he die in the first movie?
It's possible that he died. Yeah, I think I thought. I don't know. Maybe he was the bad guy or something. I mean, who knows?
No, he was their boy. He was their boy.
Oh, he was their boy.
They used him as bait for revenge. You know what I'm saying? They used him like as if he was killed or something. But hey, but hey, you could always bring him back.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter anymore,
modern day
right?
Hollywood doesn't
Yeah.
matter. The and then Victor Ortiz, it's like if you can fight, we'll put you in the movie. Looking at this list here, who plays the villain? Right? Because
the villain in this one.
Just by looking at it, let's see it. Let's test our skills to the point.
Right.
Is, in the first one, who was the villain? There was like a one-on-one with Stallone and Stone Cold Steve Austin, right?
Right.
That was the thing. In part 2, obviously, it was a Stallone versus Van Damme.
Yes.
And in this, if you were to pair up the final fight scene in this movie, who do you got? I would have to go with Stallone and Snipes. Then you can just make reference to how they met once before in Demolition Man.
Right. Yeah. That, and they, like it would be like a pretty cool fight to see. It's nostalgic because of Demolition Man.
Yeah, and it's a pretty even fight, right?
Right, the surgeon. Yeah, the name the surgeon actually seems like a villain name. Right. I think Antonio Banderas is probably gonna be a bad guy as well, just because, but not such a serious bad guy.
Right. Well, you know they could go like if they're in Colombia or something. Antonio Banderas could play like the Colombian drug lord,
and Wesley Snipes is his like number one minion or whatever.
He's his affiliate in the States or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
That's possible. That's going to be interesting to see what they, now, again, I don't really expect groundbreaking, thought coming from this movie. Basically, in the past, these movies just, even in the second movie when they had, what's his name? Chuck Norris,
Yeah.
I don't think Chuck Norris even threw a punch. He just did everything from long range, like with the assault rifle,
Yes.
He's like, guys, I could come in, all right? I'll shoot a couple scenes, but, at my old age, though Chuck Norris, I'm sure he still works out or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure Chuck Norris can still move. I feel like Chuck Norris filmed his parts of that movie on his own somewhere else, and they just put it in. That's what I think.
Hey man, are you done? Did Chuck send us his clips yet?
Right.
Let's go ahead and work on that. We need to work this in here. X-Men: Days of Futures Past, which that is being based off of. You remember the X-Men, the animated series?
Right.
There is a two-part. Two-part episode that's called just that, X-Men: Days of Futures Past. That's when Wolverine tries to go back in time and stuff like that to stop Professor Xavier or some senator from being killed, because after that's when they deploy the Sentinels to start like hunting down all the humans. I mean the mutants.
Right. Looks like Jennifer Lawrence is going to be in it.
Jennifer Lawrence is going to be in it. Oh well, yeah. She played Mystique. Yeah. Right.
She wasn't that big when she did that.
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't that. Wow. You know what? That's like really huge, actually. I can't believe she was making that big of movies, and she wasn't that big back in the day. And that wasn't even like her breakout film. That was like that was just like whatever, Like I feel like she like all these like this Hunger Games situation and this and definitely this
not to bash her weight or anything, but I remember her body in X-Men First Class was a little bit on the chunkier side.
Right. Yeah.
Compared to now, now she's and then she's a great actress. She's straight. She's cool.
Yeah. She's cool. Wow, this is awesome. They actually hint towards this they have like something at the end of the Wolverine movie that's really cool pertaining to this. I see Professor Xavier on the front cover. The front cover of this movie of X-Men Days of Future Past looks pretty badass. It looks very like American History X-ish.
Right.
You just take a quick peek at that so you can see. It's
and I haven't seen the Wolverine yet, man.
You're not really missing much, dude. I'll tell you right now.
Right.
You're not really missing much. It's not. It wasn't.
And it is Bryan Singer, taking on the directing job in this, which I'm happy about.
Right. Right.
Because I want to say that the third one in the first three X-Men's was done by, was it Brett Ratner? Which, this is no good. No, Days of Future Past, I'm on board with this. Now, what do we got coming up for the rest of this year? What are you excited about that you know of for the rest of this year? Honestly, I think the steam has ran out as far as movies.
I think I'm done.
I know I'm looking forward to Thor in November, Thor: The Dark World, which is a sequel.
I really wish that I feel like that movie already looks way too light, and they're like, it's like it's called Thor: The Dark World, and I saw parts of it, and I'm like, why can I make things out right now in this film?
Right.
One of the things I like about Batman is that I have to like squint a little bit to understand what's going on. It's like I'm like, oh, what just happened there? Can you rewind it? It's like I like it. I want it to be so dark that it's like that. You know what I mean? And it's like this movie, it's like I can see what Thor is doing. I can see that what he's wearing is plastic and not some like crazy god metal.
Right.
God particle, if you will. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's like and I wish that they would like stop dead in their tracks with all these Avengers movies and all these different things and just like make them darker.
Right. Yeah, well,
and I'm talking like that Zack Snyder dark.
Okay.
Watchmen dark.
Watchmen
you
dark.
You know what I mean? Like that's what we want.
Well, look at the difference right there. Look at the difference. I love Watchmen. Okay.
Right. Of course.
But what the general consensus is, not a lot of people really dug that movie. It was too deep.
Yeah. I agree.
With the Avengers, you can take the kids, and everyone came out feeling great.
Right.
Which look, I love the Avengers. I thought they did a really, really good job with it at balancing sort of, it's not too dark, but yet it wasn't too light. But could it be darker? Yes. I would love it for it to be darker, but with Disney having a hand in Marvel now, I think we'll be okay if you expect at least the environment that we got in the Avengers. If it gets more childlike or campier than there's a problem.
I mean, for my liking, it's already at that point where it's like it's super campy.
It's too
and yeah, like for me, I'm not really feeling it, but like I love those movies, don't get me wrong, because it's awesome and it's the only thing that I have to choose from. That's why I like it, though. I'm forced to like it.
It is cool to see that these characters are being given that screen time now.
Right.
Right. Back in the 90s, all we had to go off of was Batman, in the 90s and 80s.
Yeah.
Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, who else? That's it.
That is it. The
only other Marvel character out there was maybe, Spiderman, the show, which was...
Yeah. Well, you had Hulk. That show or whatever, and that was kind of cool. Luke Ferrigno or whatever.
Howard the Duck, which was a Marvel character that not too many people know about.
I mean,
it's cool to see. It's cool to see, especially what they did with the Avengers. I'm a fan of what they did, piecing everything together. The Thor movie, Captain America, Hulk. I think Hulk now even more deserves his own flick by himself. If Thor can have his own flick, so should Thor, but make it good, because that 2003 On Lee version was whack.
Right.
I liked the one with Edward Norton better, but now we got to see Mark Ruffalo take that on, because I thought he did a great job. Right.
I liked the one with Edward Norton as well. I thought that was dark. That movie was dark. And like the way that they fight at the end, this guy's ripping off his limbs and then stabbing him with the limbs. Like that's what Hulk does, bro. Like Hulk will grab you by your arms and rip them out. That's what he does. You know what I mean? And it's like, I like that. Like, one cool part that I liked about, like, maybe like Iron Man 3 is like when he's like being very ferocious, he's in the airplane and he just uses the beam from his chest to kind of kill that dude.
Right.
That's like just like killing a whole bunch of people. Because like that's what like Iron Man, like he's not afraid to kill people. And like the thing is that I want more blood, I want more and I want more emphasis on people.
Right.
They wouldn't be superheroes if they weren't protecting something. And that something is us normal people.
Right.
So there has to be more of an emphasis when normal people are dying. It has to be more serious, right? I mean, look at Syria in the real world, right?
Right.
Now let's just step out of this. Like in the real world right now, people are dying in Syria. So the United States is sending, you know, whatever it is that they're thinking about sending over there to try and stop people from dying, right? In the world of superheroes, we have the superheroes so that the people don't die. So it has to be important when one or two of them die.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like right now, I feel like all these movies are just making, like leaving it up to imagination when all these people are dying, like to the point where it's like there's thousands of people dying in the movie Superman. Thousands of people are dying. Thousands.
Right.
Millions even. If I could, I might get away with saying millions, you know? Thousands of people are dying in Avengers. Thousands. And I could probably get away with millions in there as well. Right. Right? And I'm talking civilians. I'm not talking military people that signed up. You're
talking about the final, the Act 3 final scene in Manhattan where they're just tearing everything up.
Exactly.
Man, Manhattan gets a bad rap, man. Let me tell you.
I'll tell you, bro. I'm scared. Yeah, man, I'm scared of going there, bro. I feel like I'm gonna just one day walk up in their building, blah. I'm like, oh my goodness,
there's gonna be a huge tortoise coming out of a wormhole.
Right, exactly. It's like we get it. We get all the worst shit, dude. Jeez, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then you know what it is? Like I have no hope, right? I better run my ass to Jersey quick,
right?
Because
nothing ever
happens in Jersey. Nothing ever happens in Jersey except love movies over here, right? So I gotta run my ass over here quick so that I can save myself. Right. Because apparently I will die. The odds are all against me. Right. These superheroes aren't fixing shit. People are still dying. Right. Oh, what? You kicked his ass at the end of the movie, but we've got 1 million body bags now. You gonna help pick those up? Yep. You bastard. Right. Use your superpowers to get that shit out of here. But it's like, make it more about saving people. Use your superpowers to save the people and hurt yourself in the sense, like, it's like you are so super and nothing can hurt you. I get it. So the villain can't hurt you, but they can hurt you in the sense where it's like you are protecting these people, and because you are preoccupied protecting these people, then the villain can get to you. Right. And it's like, that's the only real way to do Superman, because nothing really hurts him like that. You know what I mean? That's why you can throw him through a bunch of buildings and he's just going to get off, dust himself off, and fly right back at you. Right.
No big deal. Oh, sorry.
Instead, I would have made like 1 or 2 scenes where this guy realizes that Superman is legit. He's not going to win on his own. He's going to have to coward and try and kill some people, and Superman's going to try and save those people. And then you get Lawrence Fishburne and all his boys involved a little bit more, because they're going to be like, well, we got to help this guy, and they're going to try to help him as well. You know, let me take it back to, you know, I mean, we've seen this before. You know what I mean?
And it's very, very difficult to do with Superman, because just what Superman is he's all powerful, and then that's one of the reasons I don't really like Superman as a character, because he's all powerful, and then it's really it's really weird.
But that's how you exploit him. You make it about the people, right? What makes them super is that they are not normal like us, right? So it's like, use your superpowers to protect us normal people, because without us, you are no longer super. right? You're just a mutant, and everyone else is a mutant too, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
Did you have anything else, Kenny?
Let's make those movies dark. That's it. That's all I want.
Kenny just wants darker movies,
right?
You know? And then I agree, man. I agree. I think I've just it's the darker movies, especially with the comic book characters, is gonna be tough.
Yes.
It's gonna be tough. But we'll see, man. We'll definitely report on it once we see it.
Right.
We thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check us out. It's Teksitio.com. It's Kenny Diaz, and I'm Johann Diaz, and we thank you guys for watching. Take it easy.